everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of Colossal, a 2016 movie technically because it was released at the Toronto International Film Festival that went wide fairly recently. A film starring Tim Blake Nelson, Anne Hathaway, and Jason Sudeikis. I don't know why I said Tim Blake Nelson first because he's a supporting role, but let's just go with it. A movie that I thought was immensely entertaining, and the major positive of it is that it was an original film that played on a genre or a style of film that we've come to know very well. I think that the original take on an old school story was just fantastic. For those of you who aren't aware of this movie or what it's about, essentially we get introduced early on to Anne Hathaway's character, who we find out has a drinking problem, and she breaks up with her boyfriend as a result and gets kicked out of his apartment. She goes back to her hometown, starts hanging out with an old friend of hers, and one night after a night of drinking, she wakes up the next morning and she turns on the TV and there's been massive destruction in Seoul, and it turns out that there was this gigantic kaiju monster thing that was just destroying things in its path, and before too long you find out that it is actually a representation of her. When she goes to a specific area and she walks around, there's a creature that gets introduced that is a personification of her in gigantic monster form, and it just kind of goes from there. And the thing about this movie that I think is just so exceptional is that it takes a lot of twists and turns that I did not expect at all. The trailer for this movie makes it look almost like a kind of Wes Anderson or Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright style film, where it's kind of this acerbic take on this absurd kind of thing that we've seen in a lot of movies before, and there is definitely an element of that early on, but as the movie progresses it becomes a very different story, and one that I thought that you become very just compelled by, and you invest in the story of the film a lot and are very interested to see where things go, and especially how some character shifts come about, but they feel very organic. I thought the plot of this movie was just super original and awesome, and was the major strength of it. But the performances across the board are great. I mean, Jason Sudeikis, I just, there's something about him as an actor that when he appears on screen, you just really want to like him. Like, he's the type of guy that you just it feels like you would be so lucky to have as a friend, like a Ryan Reynolds type or something like that. And he definitely plays on that feeling, that charisma that he has, and uses it for the benefit of this film in a very entertaining way. And I think this movie is just shooting on all in every regard. It just does a great job. Obviously I lost the thread of that analogy there, but I just think it does a great job, and it just overall is a very entertaining film, and one that a lot of people should check out, that I feel like a lot of people won't because it's kind of flown under the radar, which I think is very much a shame. So those are my thoughts on Colossal. Let me know in the comments below what you think, if you've heard of this movie, if you're interested in seeing it, whatever you want to say. Other than that, please hit that like button, hit that share button. It makes it much more likely that other people will come check out my videos, which would just be awesome because I love talking to people about films, and I would love to be introduced to more people that I can talk to you about films. Other than that, please hit that notification bell, hit that subscription button if you're new here, if you just haven't yet. That way you can find out when I put out a new video and come and join the conversation. I love talking to people about movies, and I would love it if you were one of them. Other than that, have yourself a good day. Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you.